Woohoo! Sit and Share Sunday is back. And today's topic, I am going to share with you an interview that Bob Wells did several weeks ago. It was a panel of three of us. I'm sure many of you have probably already seen it. Living in our car, SUV, and Prius. And it was a panel discussion. We provided questions, and then he gave us the opportunity, Bob gave us the opportunity for all of us to answer the questions. Well, those of you who have been following me, you know that I now have an SUV. Some people, I don't know, they still call that a car. I went and I revisited these questions, and I was like, I wonder if my answers would be the same, how different the answers would be now, and that kind of thing. So I thought it would be fun to share with you the answers that I provided in the interview with Bob and how closely related my answers are or not, now that I'm full-time nomading it in an SUV. Hope you stay tuned and join me. Linda here, Serene and Simple Life. A gorgeous day here in Texas. Today's topic is a question and answer from an interview that I participated in with Bob Wells several weeks ago when I was still full-timing it in my 2003 Acura TL. Now, 15 and a half months later, 16 months, whatever it is, I have a Toyota Highlander, a 2012 SUV that I fondly call Happy Haven. So that's the backdrop. Today I am going to look at these same questions, see how I answered them when I did the interview or when Bob did the interview. And I have my notes. I'll be looking down and what my answers are now. This is a two-part series because there was like 20 questions. That's too much. All right, with no further ado, the first question was provided us is, are you nuts? Are you nuts living in a car, SUV, Prius? That was the three vehicles. And my answer was, I don't think so. I choose to be different. I like a challenge and I embrace it. It was a thought-out, methodical decision, not a crazy on a whim moment. Same answer with the SUV. Thought-out decision, not on a whim, and totally content. So, in those realms, I'm not nuts. Now, if we speak of other things, perhaps. The next one is, where do you sleep? Well, in the Acura, many of you know who've been following me, I sleep in the driver's seat by choice on my side. I pull my legs up, I curl up, I go from side to side, and sometimes I stretch out sideways towards the passenger seat in the front, and I have a little container that I can put my feet on, put my legs on. It's on the floor. So, same answer now. I'm still sleeping in the front seat by choice. Yep. Number 3, do you have boondock limitations being in a car? None. No boondock limitations. I don't know, unless it's a long-term visitor area and they don't allow cars. Other than that, no. And or if a bigger clearance is needed. But that's the beauty of living in an SUV. It was the beauty of living in a car. Same answer. Number 4, how do you stay warm? Same answer. You're going to catch on here. A wool blanket, I have I use a fleece blanket that I put over my head like in a tent style to cover up my nose and my ears and the top of my head. They say, I guess, heat leaves from the top of your head or something. I don't know. A double layer wool socks, a beanie, an infinity scarf, layers of clothing, including long johns. You guys, and the reason I do notes too is so that I can stay on track, because I could just, be a babbling brook all day. You all know that. Same answer now. Yeah, I got a little portable teeny weeny, not a Mr. Buddy, just like an electric heater or something. I haven't even got it out of the box yet. And I've already been in 20 and 30 degree temperatures in the SUV. And I'm totally fine. These are the short answers today. I'm just doing a comparison of the interview with Bob and where I'm at now. So, number 5, how do you stay cool? Same as before, for those of you who watched the interview. 2 fans, 1 battery operated. I have a USB charge fan. I can run the AC. I'll run the AC full blast if I'm traveling and it's really hot. Before I know that I'm going to stop, like within 10 minutes, I'm going to stop. I'll run it really cold, and I also crack the window. So, yep, staying cool the same way, although that's not an issue now that I've gotten the SUV. I don't need to stay cool yet. I am going to get rain guards, and so that'll be another good opportunity to be able to crack the windows. Number 6 is cooking harder. Well, I didn't cook much in sticks and bricks, so the answer is no. I use a 1-burner propane butane stove, a 7-inch skillet or a tiny saucepan, and I heat up soups, I fry up eggs, etc. at the parks, some veggies in a little fry pan with some olive oil, and at picnic tables. Same in the SUV. Number 7, why did you choose a car over a larger rig? My SUV is not much bigger than the car. The trunk was huge in Serenity, and in Happy Haven now, I do have more height. I can almost stand up. I'm 5'5", so I bend over, but at least I can touch my toes and stretch some. Couldn't do that in the car. But I had a huge trunk, so I still chose the same, yeah, the SUV's a little bigger, of course. I forget. I did the square footage and I can't remember exactly now. But the reason I chose a car to start with and now an SUV is basically the same reasons. It's the cheapest way to go. Repairs, everything. I am getting about 10 miles less per gallon now. But I really do like Happy Haven. Yep. I'm falling in love with her. It's number 2, super cozy and comfortable. Same. Familiarity. Familiarity because it's on a car chassis. Yeah, so SUV is still drives just like a car. Stealthiness. People don't suspect you're living in a car. I'm still digging that. I'm just digging it. It's easy to travel. It's easy to come and go. And I have my business and I do shows and I work a lot. And so I'm just totally enjoying the SUV. Gas mileage, the SUV is not as good as the car. The extreme minimalism, I'm still in that place. Love that. Makes me feel young. Makes me feel like I'm keeping up with generations now that are becoming extreme minimalists and don't want all the stuff that our parents and that we have collected over the years. How a lot of people say, well, I love my car, about talking about their own car, even if they're not living in it. Well, that's exactly how I felt about Serenity. I loved my car, and I'm getting to love my Happy Haven Toyota Highlander. So that's me, loving it. Number 8, the best thing about living in a car. Well, my answer back during the interview was everything that I just listed, and including it's a super simple way to see the country. I've seen more and done more in the last 15 months than I have done in the last 12 to 15 years. There's no hassle, work to set up or tear down. When you're living in a car, and on BLM land, the only thing I ever set up was one of those pop-up dressing room potty tents. And that's all of 5 minutes. Well, in the wind, it's more like 10 or 15 minutes, but still. I don't have the hassle of the other you know, when you're in a larger rig. So love it, love it. It keeps right in line with my Serene and Simple Life, and that's just where I'm going. The worst thing, in the car, it was the small confinement and the monotony on a bad weather day. You know, if I wasn't near a library or McDonald's, like when on BLM land, I wasn't going to drive 15 miles to go to the library, so there was times when it felt a little bit cooped up. This is the different answer for the SUV. I haven't spent a few hours in there yet, but I'm already feeling, with the way I have positioned and taken out the seats in the center and made a little nest right there in the center, that it won't have that same feeling of confinement. So with that, a different answer, I am stoked. All right, and of course the pros outweigh the cons on all of these answers to me. Just really still very happy to be with a SUV that some people consider still a car. All right, number 10, and that'll do it, and then we'll do part 2 next week, is how do you organize stuff within the confines of a car? Well, I did a lot of videos, so I'm not going to go long and hard on this, on organization in Serenity. So if some of you are going to start out in a car, I encourage you to watch those. I'll try to put the links in. You know, sometimes I video these ahead of time and then I forget to put the links. But I use Amazon clothing bags. I used a 3-drawer unit. I'm saying this in past tense now. 4 collapsible fabric boxes to store my snacks and jackets and crafts and office stuff. And you can check out the Amazon store for some very cool organizational stuff. I am an Amazon affiliate, so that's important to let you know. I do make a little bit of, they give us a little kickback for what you order, or even if you click on the link to my store and you order other things, I still get a little kickback. And thank you in advance. And for those of you who have already ordered things, I appreciate you very, very much. So thank you for doing that. But we always have to do that little disclosure. Now, I did some damage at the Container Store, and I did a video already now, and I think I've already posted it now. I'll put it in the link or in the description. Some very cool organizational things that I got at the Container Store. I had 2 $20 coupons. I mean, when you first sign up, they give you an additional 10 or 15% off your order. It's awesome. So I have a 6-drawer unit. I bought 2 collapsible boxes. They have a nicer lid on them. And I have a couple fabric divided type organizer things. I'm still trying to keep basically with fabric look versus plastic containers. Now I do have a couple plastic containers. It's almost unavoidable, but they're way in the back in my garage. So I really did like Serenity for the garage where I didn't have to look at the plastic containers. But, I mean, of course, from the front I can't see them anyways. So, well, that's it for part 1. That was 10 questions, 10 answers, showing you the differences between a car and an SUV, and overall, not too much of a difference. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you'll stay tuned for further Sit and Share Sundays. I know some of you were missing them, so I hope that you will continue to watch them now, and I'm going to try to keep doing Sit and Share Sundays for a while. Yeah, so that's it. Blessings in your day, and joy in the journey.